Yo guys, we're both random people on the internet and welcome to the Unfiltered Threads. I'm Ethan
And it's your girl, Kaisley Tapa.
and today we're going to be doing something that a lot of people enjoy doing from time to time, and that is getting caught up in the lives of complete strangers on the internet. So, if you've ever found yourself scrolling through, Reddit or Facebook late at night and you suddenly became interested in this dude's story for 20 minutes, you were probably wondering what happens next, then I would say this podcast is definitely the right place. Pero bago tayo magsimula, but mag-introduce muna tayo sa sarili natin, no? Kasi the audience don't know who we are. Again, we're both two strangers on the internet. Don't trust people on the internet. But uh, first of all, I'm Ethan. I'm a second year college student and I am an art student actually. And I love reading stories. I love watching shows. I love listening to music. And I love playing games with friends. And I'm a very curious individual. That's why I'm here. Ikaw naman. Ikaw naman, guys.
I'm Kaisley Tapa. Kaka-introduce ko lang kanina. I'm a third year BMA student. And I also like listening to music, producing music, and also I like arts. And on a casual tone naman, gusto ko mang chismis. So, kaya ako nandito.
Yes, paborito namin yung mga nagchichismis. That's why we invited her here. And if narinig nyo si Kais from other stuff, or I don't know if narinig nyo pa si Kais, but she's a great singer, by the way.
Hell
But
no.
yeah, in this podcast, we'll be diving in anonymous stories and questions from across the internet, hindi lang naman sa Reddit. And we will share our honest reactions and discuss the different perspectives and also reflect on each post. Some of these stories are wholesome and some of these are chaotic and some might leave us with more questions than answers. And for our very first episode, pag-usapan natin yung lahat ng pinaghihirapan ng each and every student, including me and Kais, which is, alam mo na, college life.
Ay,
Ang dami ng pinagdadaanan ni Kai. She's a third year MMA student.
aray
So,
ko.
so lahat ng mga awkward situations na pagdadaanan natin and unexpected challenges or mga life lessons, we will be exploring these stories that might feel a little closer to home than you may think. So to the audience out there that are listening, please sit back, relax, and guys, magbabasa na tayo ng ating unang Reddit stories. This is a very short one, itong
Game.
unang stories. So yeah, for our first story, ganto pala sa college. Okay.
Okay.
Ayoko na. Kakasimula pa lang ng thesis namin, pagod na ako agad. Akala ko OA lang yung iba pag sinasabing ang daming di nakaka-graduate dahil sa thesis. Kasi nung high school, di naman ganto kahirap yung research, like kering-kere ikram yung RRL, tas yung methods basic lang. Iba pala dito sa college. Stress na ako. Di ko na alam yung gagawin. Lalo pa siyang mabigat kasi ayoko sa course na to. So talagang ginagapang ko lang tong thesis na to. Gusto ko lang graduate at magtrabaho na para ma-spoil ko na yung sarili ko. Sino pa kasi nakaisip na need muna mag-thesis at ma-defend yon bago makagraduate? Isang malaking FU ko po with respect. That is a for a short story, that is very heavy, I would say. Pero for OP, yung itong last message, last question niya, which is, sino ba nakakaisip na need mag-thesis at ma-defend yun bago makagraduate? Actually, relate ako doon sa yung sinabi niya.
Yeah.
Kasi when I came from senior high school, and again, research andali lang and whatnot, and I just kind of dismissed it as something na kailangan lang sa subject or whatever. Pero nung dumating ako sa college, nakita ko yung curriculum ko. There's like 3 subjects of the word thesis. And I was like, what is this?
This is one, this is
This is
two,
1, this is 2, this is 3. And I was like, but ko kailangan to? Ako rin napaisip ako. I pick an art course or an art program in order to avoid doing research. Kasi I don't want to do any of those. Ayoko kasi nung nag-senior high ako, yung mga research namin puros, quantitative. So, ang daming math solutions and I hate that.
Yeah.
So, nung dumating ako sa college, I talked to I forgot who I talked to, pero it was a professor and one classmate. And I ranted to them now, why do I need this thesis? Like, I don't need this thesis. Like, I'm gonna graduate anyway. I'm not gonna do like a 15-page thesis. And then they told me na parang this thesis is like a requirement for you para malaman ng mga professors if you've actually learned something for your
Yeah,
entire
actually,
program.
parang summary na siya ng lahat na
Yeah.
natutunan mo eh.
Exactly.
Mm.
And parang nag-open yung mind ko doon na actually totoo na, I need to know na I'm learning something. So para itong thesis ko, may papakita ko, and this is an actual proof to the entire university na okay, I actually did learn something from this university. And this is a good school, parang ganon. And so hindi ko pwedeng sabihin na parang yung thesis is like pwede mo lang ibaliwala. This is to prove that ito na yung magpapakita sa lahat na you are deserving to be a professional on whatever program you had. So for example, for an engineering course, you can be a student first. I mean, magiging student ka muna, but this thesis will transition you from just a student who's learning information to an actual professional na deserving of this program. Pero ikaw, like, I mean, di pa tayo nagtithesis before, pero
Yeah.
we've done research before. So,
May mga research subjects tayo.
Yeah, meron tayong ang dami ng research. I think we did the research
Media
research methods
methods.
and may mga profs na nagbibigay ng parang mock thesis. So parang natututo tayo. But what do you think about this? Ikaw naman, what's your opinion about this?
For me kasi, ang hirap din ng position niya, lalo na ayaw niya sa course niya. Narinig ko kanina na ayaw niya sa course niya.
They did say that.
And nakarelate ako doon kasi galing akong architecture and lumipat ako multimedia. And one thing na na-realize ko doon kung bakit gusto ko lumipat is that I don't want na ibaliwala yung passion ko for just the practicality of something.
Mhm.
Na parang ayokong piliin yung kung ano yung practical, kung ano yung kung saan ako parang dapat nandito kaysa sa gusto ko. And yun yung position niya ngayon. And lalo na yung pressure ng thesis nag-ano pa sa kanya. Parang kinakain siya ng buhay.
Kinakain siya ng like every freshie would definitely going through yung like parang pag nakita lang yung thesis, why do I need this?
Totoo.
Like I think everybody would do that. Pero for me, pero for you OP, ang masasabi ko talaga is I think kaya mo yan. Madali lang yan. Basta makinig ka lang sa mga props mo, I think you'll be fine. Di naman, I mean, ano lang talaga to eh. Ito lang talaga yung biggest mo para ma-prove mo sa mga professors na I did learn something from your classes.
As far as nakikinig ka and dadigest mo naman yung knowledge na natuturo sa'yo, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But again, hindi natin alam kung ano pinagdadaanan
Yeah,
nila.
I think there's also external factors rin
Yeah.
kasi why bakit ganun yung
Kaya sila
dumadaan
nahihirapan.
sa thesis. Let's read the comments here muna. Umabot nga 1-year thesis namin eh. Kailangan may magaling ka advisor at hindi masyado complicated ang thesis topic mo unless you have the tools to make it happen. That is true.
Grabe naman yung, actually 1 year din niya sa atin.
Yeah, I mean, a big chunk of, majority ng mga thesis, if hindi ka bumagsak, is 1 year. Like, typically 3 terms out of the core term. Pero, yung his opinion about dapat hindi masyado complicated ang thesis topic mo, I think a lot of professors told me na wag ka masyadong ambitious kasi if you don't have the tools or you don't have the budget to make it happen, you should be more grounded sa mga topics mo para hindi siya sobrang kasi once you get into a topic na sobrang complicated, you will fall down a rabbit hole.
Totoo.
Na sobrang mas komplikado pa dahil sa iniisip mo.
Magdo-domino effect yan.
Magdo-domino effect, and at the end of the day magkaka-confuse rin yung mga advisors mo, mga panelists mo. So that's
for me kasi yung actually nasa procedure na ako na namimili na ako ng thesis topic ko, and parang gusto kong gawin is piliin kung saan talaga ako passionate about, na kahit mahirap siya, basta passionate ka, makakaya mong gawin. Feasible pa rin siya para sa'yo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yun yung masasabi namin sa inyo, Mr. OP, kasi kaya mo yan. I think kaya mo yan. Freshie ka pa lang, I think you have a lot to learn, and once natuto mo yan, like makikita mo like from the future na parang
Magbubunga din yan.
bubunga din yan. Your potential is there. Let's move on to the next story here. Kaklaseng nagtatanim ng galit dahil di pinakopya. Hi.
Parang in-note, parang in-note niya yung sarili niya dun sa di nagpapakopya.
Oh, okay. Hi, graduating student here. May mga kaklase ako noon na di ko raw pinakopya tuwing exams at quizzes. I can't quite remember anything about this. Second year hanggang third year ko pa naman sila naging blockmates. Pero dahil kilala ko naman sarili ko na hindi talaga nagpapakopya, siguro totoo nga yung sinasabi nila. Nakakabwisit lang kasi dahil nagre-resurface na naman yung usapan nila na ganon. Like, this week lang, nakarinig na naman ako from them at tuwing masasama ako sa usapan nila or may nababanggit sila tungkol sa akin, parang ang natatandaan lang nila tungkol sa akin ay ako yung kaklase nila na madamot at ayaw magpakopya.
Grabe no.
Uso raw sa college magtulungan. Ginagawa ko naman May friends ako na nagkakaroon ng personal problems at nakikita ko na may oras na wala talaga silang energy to study for quizzes kaya tumutulong ako kahit may kasamang risk. Pero itong mga tukmul na to, hindi naman talaga sila nag-aaral. So bakit nadadamay ako, LMAO? As far as I know, puro gala lang naman sila after class and they're not even my friends. Marami lang talaga sa batch namin na makikipag-close sa masipag mag-aral para pumasa tapos pag tinanggihan. Ayun, pag tinanggihan magagalit. Dadalhin pa nila yung sama ng loob nila kahit hanggang graduation yun na. Wala lang, hindi ko lang gets thought process nitong mga to. When was it ever okay to not study for exams and then expect someone else to help you? ABYG. For those who don't know ABYG, that's for ako po ba yung So, what do you think about this?
First of all, ang kapal naman ng mukha nila para magtanim ng galit. Sila na nga itong gumagawa ng parang something na you can call it krimen.
Yeah, it's a very strong rule to not cheat in every unit. Like not
Plus
just
college na sila.
college, and you're grown people, guys. Like,
Yeah.
and like there's a lot of people that like I've heard a lot of people cheating, pero yung di ko talaga magets yung thought process of like ikakagalit mo pa dahil yung friend mo hindi nagano, and like there's a lot of things na there's a lot of people that let me rephrase. Parang there's more people that uses AI to cheat, like from what I've heard, and I think it's just I would say this is a immature. Yung friends niya is immature. Yung
Yeah.
mga group
Tatanim
of
pa ng
people na
galit.
very nagtatalim na kayo ng galit, mag-graduate na kayo. You're like 24 years old, dude. Wait. What do you mean uso sa college ang magtulungan? Hindi ganyang way ng pagtutulungan.
Actually.
Nagtutulungan kami ng college classmates ko by giving out reviewers. That is true.
Yeah.
Hindi naman talaga dapat nagkokopyahan sa college Although thankful ako na noong college ako, may 2 CCTV at 2 proctor plus timer. Ooh. And
Grabe.
2 proctor, man. Like isa sa harap, isa sa likod.
Sobrang CCTV. 2 CCTV na nga, may 2 pang proctor.
I mean, you never know. May mga ganong tao and mahuling sumilip sa katabi or may wandering eyes na agad sa exam. Buti na lang ganito ang setup sa amin, nagpe-prevent ang mga ganyang klase drama at ugali ng tao. Yeah, that is true. I don't like yung mga cheaters na
Actually, agree ako dun sa sinabi na isa na, ang tawag dito?
yung
Nasa isang tayo, isang block tayo, nagtutulungan dapat tayo. Di dapat ganun na.
I mean, I strongly believe with the fact na pag nasa college ka magtutulungan, but not in the way of cheating.
Yeah. May mga extent pa rin, may limitations pa. Limitations.
Yeah. And actually, may mga rin ako, experiences where like, yung sinabi dito sa post na parang they're befriending people na matalino or masipag, mga ganun.
Yeah, taking advantage
Yeah,
ng
may mga people ako, like, before I got into college, I was talking to seniors. Like, hindi naman siya from Mapua. Like,
Mm.
I was just traveling around different universities at that time. Kasi pipili ako ng university, right?
Mm.
And one of the people that gave advices to me was like, we should make some friends and you should kind of like separate them into like your actual friends and then the friends, the academic friends. And I'm like, that's just rude.
Yeah.
And like parang tinatrato mo lang yung academic friends mo as just someone that you can use as a tool to benefit from you.
True.
Like kung ako, like if you're gonna make friends, itrato mo sila na tunay na kaibigan, and dapat may mga ganun. And also OP, if na-notice mo na ganun, I think you should
Parang inaabuso na rin siya at some
inaabuso
point.
na
eh.
rin.
Mm.
So I think you should cut them out. And you're graduating anyway, so like I think that would benefit you a lot.
Yeah, kahit
And
unified na yung college life, may sariling sikap pa rin, syempre.
of course, yes. Next story. Okay. Ito medyo
Kinakabahan ako.
I hate being a scholar student. Scholarships are an amazing opportunity for low income families. But holy crap, I wish I were privileged not to need one because it's so hard to maintain it. The gut wrenching feeling when you fail an exam and your other classmates are just laughing about it, while I'm here panicking if it will bring my grade down and lose my scholarship. I want to experience laughing at my scores too, not worrying about whether I lose my scholarship. I want to know what it's like to have a safety net. I want to know how it feels to have my school balance fully paid. It's so draining, and I can't do anything about it. Oh man.
I feel like this is a new perspective din sa akin.
Mm.
Although kasi naisip ko din yung part na ayoko maging scholar kasi ang hirap i-maintain.
Yeah,
Kasi I was offered one dati.
yeah, exactly. Yun yung like nung I don't want to brag or anything. I got like 2 dean's lists, and it gave me the opportunity to apply for like yung
Mm.
scholarship here. I didn't get accepted for both of them because I tried to apply for it. Pero inisip ko rin na mabuti na, hey, if I do apply for this, I have the responsibility to make sure na my grades are maintained. So
Yeah.
meron na akong pressure. Like nabibigyan ako ng bigat, and I'm
Mm.
like, I don't like that. I'm well known by a lot of my friends na I don't like being pressured.
Parang parang ang tawag dito, naka-chain
Yeah,
up
you're like
dun.
you're in prison.
Yeah.
Once you entered scholarship, you feel like you're in prison, and
You
that's
have the
terrible.
benefits na like free, may allowance ka, free tuition and all that. Pero at the same time, yung physical and mental health mo is just
Yeah, you
nakagapos ka
basically yung nai-imagine mong college life where you have fun with your friends, going out and spending time with them. Parang they're getting that taken away from you. But they're like
Yeah.
taking it away from you in order to maintain or like have good grades. And like minsan sobrang rough ng grading system if you have a
Mm.
scholarship na dapat lahat ng grades mo walang DOS, and yung maintaining average mo should be like 1.75
Yeah.
or something. Kasi if like bumaba ka man lang ng DOS, like automatic you're out.
Yeah.
And I'm
Laglag
like,
na sa'yo
dude,
scholarship.
that is the worst feeling ever. Kasi, and also, sobrang rough for like low family, yung mga
Mm.
families with low incomes. Kasi like, you applied for a scholarship for a reason kasi hindi na nga afford ng
Yeah.
magulang mo or like whoever's financially supporting you. That's why you applied for a scholarship. So to know na parang nawalan ka ng scholarship because like nakulangan ka lang ng points by like 0.5%.
Mm.
It's the worst feeling ever. Let's read some comments here from I'm planning to be a scholar in college because I don't want to be a burden to my family since mahal yung kursong gusto ko, which is architecture.
Oh.
Kais knows a lot about architecture. She was a should I say it?
Yeah, sige.
She's a former architecture student who transferred to MMA.
Actually, nabanggit ko na siya kanina.
Nabanggit mo ba? I didn't hear about it. But yes, though my sister assured me naman that she'll pay for my tuition and even recommend an expensive architecture school, is it still worth it for me to pursue a scholarship? That is a it's like alam mo yung moral anong tawag doon? Yung
Moral
parang,
ground?
hindi,
Hindi.
yung dilemma train.
Yeah.
Na parang you have two rails. One is one person and there's 5 people. So if you pull the lever, ganon. Parang ganito yung, it's like a rock and hard place situation na parang, okay, if I get the scholarship, I'll get every, like, meron akong tuition. Meron akong ganon. I'm getting paid like 20,000 pesos a month. Oh, cool. At the cost of like my happiness, kinda.
Yeah.
Architecture is a hard school.
Actually.
Like, ang dami kong nakikitang architecture students. Like, pag dumadaan ako sa Intramuros, I would see them drawing sa plates and they have like 5
Actually,
papers.
walang pahingang architecture.
Walang pahinga nga. And I would sometimes see them nagtatambay na lang sa like Starbucks or whatever. But like, buti na lang nga, like, they're around people na support them very strongly. Pero I would say, ano na lang, I would say, ang opinion ko is, since sinabi niya naman dito, yung sister niya assured them that they'll pay for the tuition and even recommend an expensive architecture school, which is most likely Mapua. But I would think na parang, I think you should consider na lang na giving that scholarship to people who like actually need it. Kasi yun, sinabi niya naman na yung sister niya, idadala siya sa expensive architecture school. To those na talaga nagsa-struggle financially na sobrang hindi talaga kaya. I think deserving yun. Pero if trip mo naman mag-study araw-araw, mag-drawing araw-araw, it's okay. You can benefit from it.
Ako for me, kasi sabi niya nga, ayaw niya maging burden. For me, as long as kaya mo. As long as alam mong kakayanin mo yung architecture and alam mong hindi masasayang yung scholarship, I say go for it. Kasi andin yun ng problema ng pamilya niya and all of the problems na nila.
It does benefit yung family niya. But Mr. OP or OP, I really hope na you do well with your scholarship. Sobrang, I feel really bad for him kasi like, I also personally, if ako nagka-scholarship rin, I personally don't want to have the pressure of maintaining my grades every single day. Kasi like, mawawalan ka na ng tulog. Mawawalan ka ng tulog ng sobra.
Kung di ka nga scholar,
Di na ako scholar and I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping a proper 7 hours, 8 hours a day. Like, I'm staying up all night trying to learn After Effects for graphics or whatever. Kasi hindi pa rin ako marunong. Imagine mo if my scholarship ako, I have to push myself to my limits and masisira yung well-being mo.
I wish for the OP is happiness talaga.
I wish you good luck, OP. Like, major,
good luck
like,
and
sobrang...
happiness.
I wish you great happiness and good luck. Next story. I want to quit using Facebook, but it's the school's main platform for announcement and communication.
Hirap yun.
This sounds like a person with social media addiction habits. I opened Facebook to check for any school announcement, and the next thing I know is I have been doom scrolling for 2 hours. Good Lord. Like, imagine mo,
I'm just like you. You're just like me.
Imagine mo, like, bubukas ka ng Facebook to look at announcement, and then you got into like, alam mo yung pinapanood natin sa Reels sa Facebook.
Yung mga nagluluto.
Mga nagluluto yung from yung sa Cavite na yung tapos yung narration nila minsan low-key nakaka-irita yung narration nila. Alam mo yun? Parang, nandito po tayo sa Dasma Cavite. Like, ang ganda sana ng video, naiirita eh. But anyways, let's go back. I have been doom scrolling for 2 hours, time which could have been spent more on meaningful things. As someone struggling with my mental health and also struggling to quit social media addiction, this is very frustrating. I've already quit Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, but I just can't seem to quit Facebook since my university uses this platform somehow as their main platform for news and announcement. I find this wrong. Just wrong. I go to a somewhat budget, quote unquote budget university, so some might argue that it is to cater to some students who could only afford free data, but what the hell? That's not a good enough reason. Even the professors use Messenger as the main mode of communication. Lahat ng subjects may kanya-kanyang group chats. Ang ingay, ang gulo, lahat naka-Messenger. we have an official school email, we have Canvas, but di nila ini-utilize properly. May professor naman ako na na-utilize naman niya properly yung resources provided ng school. Eh, he used Gmail for communication sa subject. It works naman. Another problem is Tanders kasi mga profs na matanda.
Oh yeah.
Tanders kasi mga profs namin. Kaya they've learned towards using Facebook and Messenger kasi yun yung madali for them. But still, unprofessional. I know I can just choose to avoid scrolling, and I also know I could just create a separate account only dedicated to school. But you know how Facebook could be. Kung ano-ano papakita nila sa feed mo kahit di mo fina-follow.
Hmm.
Huh.
For me, it's self-control talaga.
I agree. I
Self-control.
agree.
Kasi
Self-control
di mo
and
mapipigilan eh.
self-control and tawag doon? Discipline.
Yeah. Kasi kung yun na doon na yung mundo mo is doon na nagre-revolve. Tapos ikaw lang yung hindi makaano.
Mhm.
Bakit gusto mong mag-adjust yung buong mundo para sa'yo?
Exactly. Like, you're basically parang ang pagkaintindi ko rin dito is he wants every student
Hmm.
to adapt for him.
Yeah. Parang
Which
gusto
is,
niya lumipat lahat ng ibang platform other
oh,
than Facebook.
and mind you, sinabi niya dito na it's a budget university. So they're like napaka-cheap nila to the
Mhm.
point na it caters to students naka-budget talaga sila para mapayagan yung mga students who couldn't afford high tuition prices, yung hindi makapag-load. So they're using free data on Facebook yung to use them for news and announcements. So that's
May
very
pumasok na thought sa isip ko.
Mhm.
The world can't adjust just for you, but you can adjust for the world.
Yeah.
Diba?
Pero for me talaga, I think this is yun nga sinabi mo, self-control and
Yeah.
discipline. Merong mga apps. I have a friend who has these apps. I don't know if they're like ADHD apps or whatever, pero like they completely para siyang app na merong timer, and if it reach 1 hour or whatever, naglalak yung buong social media
Yeah.
apps niya, and you have to wait for like the next 8
Yung
hours.
parang may ipaprioritize lang siyang notifications,
Oo.
alerts, ganun.
Yeah. Like, kunwari, papayagan ka lang mag-messenger for like 20 minutes, pero yung Facebook mo nakalock.
Yeah.
And for like the next 5 hours. And you
I
have
think
to wait.
it's like Pomodoro, something.
I don't know the name. Pero nakita ko yung friend ko, I was asking, like, why are you locking your social media? Kasi like, he wants to focus more sa like school or whatever.
That's another option dun. Para money
Yeah.
self-control mo.
That's a great way to organize your, like, yung priorities mo.
Yeah.
Na para hindi ka maano. Pero, yeah, but discipline talaga. At the end of the day, I think it goes down to discipline kasi you can't blame the school because
True.
you don't have control over, what you do or like what they do. So, let's read some comments here. Maybe you can try the following, OP. You should deactivate Facebook, not your messenger, so they can still contact you. Or maybe you can reactivate naman if they post announcement in your group chats.
Actually, yeah. Pwede.
Delete Facebook on your phone and just open it on other devices like laptop. You can have a specific device for social media lang if you want. Yeah. I think that's the better option. Kasi ang weird kasi if nagde-deactivate ka, you're friends with people.
True.
Like may mga kilala kong, friends with parents na they don't like their daughters or sons deactivating their Facebook kasi, they might be worried na something is on.
Ang sus din tingnan.
Ang sus din tingnan. Like, imagine mo, like, search mo yung pangalan and it's like, ano yun, yung white
Parang
lang na
ano
picture.
dun,
Oo.
tawag dun. Dummy account.
But yeah, actually, ginagawa ko to minsan if, like, kunwari naiwan ko yung cellphone ko sa bahay, naglalagin ako ng Facebook dito sa library. Di ba nakita mo yun? Kunwari magpapaprint ako or whatever. Tapos yung file ko, iniwan ko sa messenger. Lalagin ko yung messenger ko. Pero, of course, make sure na naka-incognito mode kayo and...
Be safe.
Yeah, like, be safe.
Be safe.
Mag-ano kayo, two-factor authentication, authenticator app, whatever. Like, make sure your account is safe para ilagin mo sa ibang account. Number 3. Ito, tama. Discipline talaga. If you have to go to Facebook for school purposes, don't scroll further na and just do what you have to do. Ako, I delete the app or I deactivate my social media kapag hindi naman na need and it affects my peace of mind and screen time na. it helps naman. Yeah.
Actually, progress na nga yung nag-quit siya ng ibang apps na other than
That's a
Facebook.
big
Yeah.
progress. Na
Instagram.
hindi na siya nag-Instagram, hindi siya nag-threads, Twitter.
Yeah.
Mas lalo na yung TikTok, yung may
Oo.
kapag may ka-streak ka. Like 300, like,
290 something.
oh, 300 something days or whatever. Pero yeah, I would say OPB, like discipline.
Nagawa mo na with the other apps eh.
Yeah, you've already done it
Yeah.
with other apps. I think you can create like parang a middle ground for Facebook
Mm.
na you can still use it pero wag mo nang abusuhin masyado.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just discipline OP. Next story. Eto. Nakakaranas na ba kayo mag-zero sa quiz or seat work? I got my first 0 in calculus.
Oh, ew, calculus.
My big impact ba siya sa grade? Our quiz is 30% of the grade. Oh my God!
30%?
30%? Ugh!
Mga projects natin dito, final projects, 15% lang. Sa kanila 30%.
Oh, and like yung mga seat works, like, like
Grabe
multiple
naman.
seat works is 30%.
Damn.
My big impact ba siya sa grade? Our quiz is 30% of the grade and we had more than 5 seat works already. I didn't really mind it at first, pero now lang nag-sink in while nagsa-study ako for the midterms. I'm afraid na baka di na ako mag-eligible for the Latin honors if malalaglag sa 2.5 yung grade ko sa calculus. Alam ko yung syllabus and such, pero I just want to know if may naka-experience na ba mag-zero para pero still malaki pa rin yung grade. No. I don't think I've experienced I think I had a math class and I had zeros all over the place. Tapos may isa akong puros yellow. Like puros yellow siya. May isang red, tapos may dalawang orange or something. It's not yellow. And then nakita ko yung average grade ko was failing. And like sabi sa akin ng prof was like you need to get like a 90% pataas to like even get a 3. And I'm like, ooh.
Actually, yung zero, pwede pa yung magawa ng paraan.
I mean, if
you could
kakausapin.
just, yeah.
Mga
communicate with the
remedials,
prof,
pwede pa magpa-remedial yeah.
Calculus naman.
Pero like 30%, ang laki nung hatak dun sa...
Anong grading system?
I don't know eh.
30%?
Like, grabe. Sobrang daming...
Kahit ako mawawala ng pag-asa pag 30% yung grade.
Eto, may comments dito. Ikaw ang makakasagot niyan kasi alam mo naman na 30% ang weight sa final grade nyo. Sinabi ba ng prof nyo kung ilan magiging seat work nyo for the entire SEM? If yes, then i-compute mo or estimate mo kung ano magiging grade mo.
Actually.
For example, kung 5 exercises ka for this term, perfect ka sa lahat except sa last exercise na 0 ka, edi like 1, 1, 1. Yung mga ganun. Tapos, ibig sabihin, in this particular case, kahit na ma-perfect mo yung previous 4 exercises, 24 lang makukuha mo kasi 0 ka sa last. Unfortunately, medyo malaki ang hatak nito kasi at most ay hanggang 94 na final grade lang ang pwede mong makuha. Assuming na perfect lahat yung pwede mong components, hindi na pwede maging 95, 96, 97. But of course, example lang naman ito. Yeah. You need to, I remember, pero when it comes to quizzes, I did fail 1 quiz. I mean, hindi. If nag-fail man ako sa quiz, it's because I nakalimutan ko. Nakalimutan ko pumasok. That just happened to me last week. Na merong exam and I was supposed...
Nakalimutan mo pumasok?
No, kasi no. Ito, ganito yung nangyari. There's an exam. I was announced. Okay, may exam. Ganon. Like, magkaka-exam tayo. It was a 7 a.m. class.
Okay, understand.
And then they said, wait, ito yung weird part. And then ito yung sabi niya, meron tayong quiz. And, mag-o-open siya ng 9 p.m.
9 p.m.?
Yeah.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. yung class.
9
And then they
p.m.
told me, okay, meron tayong quiz na magbubukas na 9 p.m. I already took note of this. So 9 p.m. Okay, I'll be there 9 p.m. I'll open the quiz and I'll answer. Okay, nag-review naman ako konti. And then ang dami kong ginagawa sa mga majors ko. This is a minor subject. So I was doing a lot of things at major. I was doing writing pre-production. I was trying to learn graphics and whatnot. And I was spending time with my friends para di ba? Like
Mm.
mag-usap about what can I do here, what not. Nalampasan ko yung 9 p.m. kasi I was too focused on the thing. Kasi ang dami nang pumapatong sa ginagawa ko eh.
Yeah.
So parang 'di ba like the more na may pumapatong, mas bumababa yung nakakalimutan mo 'di ba? To the
True.
point na edi napagod ako at the end of the day. Like natulog ako like 9 p.m. or something. Like 9:30 p.m.
Yung deadline mo is matulog.
Like natulog ako 9:30 p.m. And then when I woke up, ang unang pumasok sa isip ko was, okay, did I do the exam? And then tinignan ko and I got a 0 out of 100 and I was like, oh man. Tapos alam mo, pero at least hindi siya 30%, it was like 10%.
Pwede pang buuin yun.
I'm not so sure. I've made a lot of stuff. I did a lot of things there
Kabahan ka
na
na.
kinakabahan na nga ako eh. I need to maintain this kasi I'm scared, dude. Like, ang bait-bait nung prof ko and nakakalimutan ko. Like, I'm really sorry, my favorite. You're a goated professor, but oh my God.
Pero what more pa yung 30%,
What
di ba?
more pa kung
Di ba?
30% tapos calculus. Next story. How to stop comparing myself to others. Interesting.
Good title.
My friends all got high scores sa 50-item quiz namin. While I got my lowest score so far, I did study naman. Di ko lang inaasahan na kailangan kabisaduhin lahat ng Wait, what?
No, what?
Nomenclature?
Ano yun?
Oh my God. Taxonomy or something.
Sorry pa, lutang kami.
Lutang po kami. I am sorry. Like, hindi kami sobrang galing mag-English. I'm really sorry. Like, but we're college students. Just magsasalita sila sa comments. Like, but you're college students. Alam nyo na yung nomenclature. But yeah, taxonomy siya. Para masagutan ng maayos. Alam mo yun?
Medyo.
Okay. But, basically, di ko lang inaasahan na kailangan kabisaduhin lahat ng taxonomy para masagutan ng maayos at makapasa sa quiz. May exam kami next week sa same subject and di ako makafocus ngayon kasi may effect pa rin yung score ko and feeling ko napapag-iwanan na ako ng mga kaibigan ko. I'm not competing with okay, wait. Ano pala to? Alright. What do you think about this? Kasi feeling niya daw naiiwanan siya ng mga friends niya because of the score. Yung score niya mababa dahil sa taxonomy.
I used to have the mindset na mayroon siya ngayon. Hindi yan nakaka-benefit sa'yo actually. Parang mas lalo ka lang bababa ng bababa to the point na dinedegrade mo na yung sarili mo and mas lalo kang mawawala dun sa path na tinano mo. So, I suggest na lose that mindset. Kasi, ang pangit talaga, magiging pangit talaga yung magiging effect sa'yo nun and lalo sa buhay mo.
True. Alam mo, I remember something. When I was in a production class and I saw one of like a student passed by around and he was very concerned, I think, like mukha siyang concerned, and one of their classmates got like a high grade, like perfect. It was perfect, dude.
Production?
It was a production class like this, and I put them aside and I told them, hey, I don't think you should compare yourself to others. So kasi that's unhealthy, and everybody has different types of like ceilings, and ang iba-iba yung potentials nila. They could be, a different and iba yung pag-handle nila long stuff. Maybe some of them you can't handle these things and it's unfair.
Yeah.
Hindi siya fair i-compare. So, ang sabi ko, like, don't compare yourself to others, but you compare yourself now to what you were, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and see what you've improved on.
Yeah.
Mas healthier yung mentality na ganun. Kasi, not only are you looking at the differences or how much things kung ilan ang mga gamit or stuff that you've learned and stuff that you've changed throughout those time, and ano rin siya, hindi siya toxic isipin na I forgot what I was
Naalala mo yung sinabi ko sa'yo dati na parang embrace your parang differences. May mga taong mas may strength dito pero weak sila dito. May ikaw na meron kang strength dito and weak ka rin dito. Pwede kayong mag-collaborate and pwedeng maging strengths and weaknesses nyo, parang maging strength nyo parehas. And di
Yeah,
nyo kailangan i-compare yung sarili nyo kasi wala namang nakakahigit sa isa't isa. We're all equal.
true.
Woo!
Whoa,
Woo!
all equal yarn. Sana all equal yarn. All right, let's read some comments from this from OP. Hello. I often compare myself to others too, and I agree that doing so has deliberating effects. Nakakapilay talaga ang insecurity because we can't work, rest, or sleep. Minsan nga, di ba, we think to ourselves, ano na kaya ang progress nila sa study ngayon? Baka tapos na sila, ang bagal ko naman. I actually have that
Mm.
kind of, yeah, when I see others, like, tinanong ko sila, hey, tapos ka na? Like, yeah, I just finished it like 3 days ago.
Parang mape-pressure
I'm
ka.
like, whoa, like they could do that in 3 days. I need to
Yeah.
do better. Parang ganon. And I still have that kind of mentality today. Paminsan-minsan, pero I try to suppress it and think about positive thoughts na lang. What I do to avoid those thoughts is to first set my own goals, then work hard towards reaching that goal without getting influenced by people's progress. I tell myself, who cares if mauuna silang matapos? As long as I meet my goals, I'm good. What matters, diba, is that we finish what we intend to study. True.
Mindset na, ano naman.
Oh yeah, like having a low
Yeah.
cortisol mentality na
Mm.
parang yeah,
Kasi
it is what it is.
di mo
Ganun.
naman kailangan ng iba para, you know, parang, yes, you need others to improve, pero you don't need others' opinion.
You don't need to
Parang
overly rely
approval.
on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, reassurance. Also, very grade conscious din ako until now. Pero starting to realize na your grades are not a good measure of intelligence.
Mm.
Like you said, you don't know na you needed to memorize all that stuff. Hindi ka bobo, okay?
Actually.
You just left out some parts kasi you didn't think they were important. Had you known na ilalabas yun, I'm sure naaaralin mo yun. Don't beat yourself up. Compete with yourself. Be better than who you were yesterday and the day before that. Focus on your personal growth.
It's just one mistake lang naman.
Yeah, it was just one mistake.
And makaka-improve ka din dun with the
Yeah, and
one mistake
I
lang.
I strongly believe in the more you make mistakes, the stronger you come back.
Yeah.
Kasi like
Doon ka matututo eh.
you learn more by making mistakes.
Mm.
And that's like one of my best life lessons. One of my best life lessons sa college. Yo, future Ethan here, and I'm sorry to interrupt, pero bago matapos itong episode na to, we would love to hear from you. If you have your own stories, experiences, confessions, or even opinions about the stories we discussed in this episode, please feel free to share them with us through the QR code on the screen. Or if you're listening, there will be a link in the description below. Kahit nakakatawa, or wholesome, awkward, or something that you've always wanted an outside perspective on, there's a chance that we might feature it in an episode or a future episode of Unfiltered Threads. Your submission can be completely anonymous, so wag po kayong matakot na ibahagi ang mga nasa isipan nyo. We would love to keep this conversation going with all of you. Yun lang naman. Much love. See ya. So, okay. This will be our final story, guys.
Okay.
Medyo mahaba to. Like, ito yung, I saved the best one for last kasi sobrang haba nito. Choose your own groupmates is the worst type of groupings there is. Currently, my 5th year in college, who is a shifty and a transferee.
Hey!
Shifty and a transferee. And I gotta say, choose your own groupmates is the worst type of groupings that can exist within a college setting. While I understand the implications of strong connections and socialization within the high school setting, once you reach college, I'd wager that it should always be randomized in the most random manner. There's like several downsides of choosing your own groupings that professors refuse to recognize. There's a lot of things here. Good lord. Okay. Not everyone is a leader within a class, but
Mhm.
students with leadership skills or qualities tend to gravitate toward each other. Hence, a power group forming that's full of the leaders leaving those who don't know or who don't have any of those qualities with each other. I understand that in the mind of the professor, this presents a chance for the student to learn leadership qualities in a trial by fire. But in reality, this does not happen at all. There's uh there's three types of grouping forms: leader group, friends group, and the low performing group. Due
Mm-hmm.
to the commonality of choosing your own groups, these groups are constant and unchanging. Those within these groups will stay as groupmates for several other courses and projects. Type B leads to a breakup in terms of performance, so they mix with Type C. But neither of those types necessarily succeed nor have the chance to succeed as much as Type A. Leaders in Type B and C have limits and increased mental loads. Type A groups have the chance to swap around leaders if they choose to. Type B and C do not and will not. Once a leader in those groups, you're the leader for the remainder of your college years. You can probably guess what type of group I'm in constantly. Leader groups are also the type of friend group, so if anyone from type B or C decides that they want to fix themselves and be around people that are of the same mind, there's nearly zero chances to do so. Why I think this guy's like
Sorry,
pitching.
nagmamath yung utak ko ngayon.
Kaya nga like parang nagpi-pitch na sa ng thesis eh.
ABs? What?
Like parang nagpi-pitch na sa ng thesis. Bale ang sinasabi niya like merong
Baka yun yung thesis topic.
like merong A leader group, friends group, and then low performing group.
Yeah.
And yung friends group and low performing group doesn't hindi siya as successful as having a leaders group.
Mm. Kasi power group nga yung first group.
Yeah. Tas eto sabi niya, why randomized groupings are the best pick. In the working world, especially in my degree, you will work with different people constantly. Learning how to work with others for a long period of time is easy and is inevitable. But learning how to work with random people from random companies for random jobs, that's the skill that should be built.
Mm.
I
That's
agree.
true.
That's true. This truly forces people to learn true and diverse leadership skills and also forces those who used to be in type B and C to grow and diverse and catch up with everyone else within the group, assuming the group is a diverse one. It helps the teachers gauge performances properly as the group is less biased and interested in protecting those who don't contribute to the group.
Mm.
There's a big downside of random groupings. Those on the spectrum that aren't high functioning nor have learned proper social cues due to their environment will not have a good time.
Mm.
I mean to an extent I kind of agree.
Yeah.
They are duty bound, but unless the leader is a great leader who can understand the capabilities of each of their members and adjust themselves accordingly, they will be discriminated heavily and won't be properly utilized as a group mate. Non-zero chance of getting the worst group mates with one responsible member. An absolute travesty to mankind. Have experienced it several times. That being said, there must be some reason why it's always chosen by professors to be done. I really want to understand this. However, nothing really points to anything productive. And also, FYI, this isn't written in AI as checkers and are led to believe. So, oh my God. Like, he's like pitching a thesis. Oh, God.
Gets ko na ba't siya nag-AI check sa dulo?
Kasi ang daming bullet points.
Yeah.
Kapag binabasa mo to, ang daming bullet points. It kind of make, like, I was kind of thinking.
Essay?
Yeah, para siyang project proposal. Nabibigay mo parang tayo yung panelist.
No, doon sa gitna, parang nag-math yung utak ko. Pero nag-gets ko naman siya.
Let's look at the comments here. Kasi ako, like, ano yung utak ko? I'm like, what? Gaganon. Gets ko yung sinasabi mo, pero may bad side din naman yung randomized groupings. Di magkakasundo sa common time and place. Di magkakaunawaan, so nagtatalo within the group. In the end, may mga groups din na hindi nakakagawa ng maayos na output. At least sa create your own group, may control yung students sa kung sino makakatrabaho nila. Pick your poison na lang talaga para sa prof.
Actually, for me, if you want to challenge talaga, randomization. Kasi, in a professional, environment, ganun naman kasi talaga maging kalakaran pag nasa professional ka na.
Totoo. I agree with the fact na magandang randomized groupings dahil pag nagtrabaho ka, you're gonna deal with people that are unpredictable din.
Yeah.
or like masyadong mataas ang
Mm.
tingin or whatever.
May
So,
mga magiging pabigat din, may mga
mm,
malalakas
may
din.
mga may mga taong ano, may mga members ka na magdadala
Oo.
lang pansit canton.
Magluluto ng kape. Ay, magluluto ng kape.
Magluluto ng kape? Magluluto ng kape like straight from the coffee beans, magluluto ng kape?
Pero yun, kasi yung magiging diverse yung group talaga doon. And ganun din
Yeah.
sa professional setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like yung ano, pero I can't do medyo like nagigets ko naman ba't gusto ng like ang pinaka nagets ko lang dito sa post niya is yung when you have diverse group, mas challenge ka and mas matututo ka how to handle
Mm.
those kinds of groups.
Yeah.
Pero for a standard, for a college standard, para hindi na mahirapan yung sarili mo din. Kasi like, ang dami mo na rin gagawin. Tapos
Mm.
papahirapan mo pa yung sarili mo. 'Di ba? Like parang you're already going through a lot in different subjects.
Yeah.
Papabigatin mo pa yung sitwasyon mo if like there's an opportunity na mapapadali yun. Tapos
Sabagay.
papahirapan mo pa. So, gets ko naman. I would say if like OJT, matututo mo talaga yun sa OJT.
Yeah.
Yeah, like talagang like you're gonna deal with people na masyadong mataas
Doon ka na
ang
ma-challenge
expectation.
talaga.
Doon mo ma-check na
Yeah.
parang okay, these are the type of people na I
Mm.
can deal with. Nothing wrong choosing a group. The people are comfortable. Ang mali lang is not stepping up certain one's efforts and always nakaalalay sa iba. Yeah.
I think ang nagiging fallout ng magkakakilala kayo is that masyado kayong reliant sa isa't isa na alam niyo yung isa't isa and parang hindi na gumagawa yung iba. Parang ganun.
Even a second na hindi mo nakagrupo yung kahit one of your friends, parang you're gonna feel out of place
Yeah.
ng sobra.
And prone to fall out dun yun.
Here, just like in real life, you rise to the challenge and bring others with you, or be dragged down together by refusing to rise to the occasion, waiting for a savior. Not ideal, but it does bring out the men from the boys.
What?
What? Yeah, I don't. Actually, out of topic lang with the men from the boys. Parang, alam mo yung kay Jacksepticeye with the...
I know him, pero di ko.
Yeah, he said something about like, in order to be the man, you have to kill the boy. And then his therapist was like, that's a very all or nothing
get out of
perspective.
your comfort zone. Ganun.
Pero like what the therapist said is like, you can be the man and do these things, but you can also have the boy that can, you can play with around whenever you have your own time. And I really agree with that. I don't think you should kill the man. I don't think you should kill the boy to be the man. I think you should have the boy
Part
with
of the
you.
process din kasi yung...
There's an update from this guy. I think ang dami niya na magsasabihin.
Sorry, edit na naman sa akin yung mga thirst trap edits.
Upon reading the comments, I have updated my thoughts. It's definitely way easier for the group A, the leaders group, to choose people they know who would work. And honestly, I would do the same to an extent if I were given the chance. It's college and people you're comfortable working with who are at the same time capable. That's an immediate pick. That being said, I was too steeped in idealistic thoughts while tooting realism since during my rant. I was essentially thinking back on my guiding quote, I guess, which is great power comes great responsibility. Shout out Spider-Man brand new day. It's gonna release in July 31. I'm gonna watch it. So the thought of Group A going for comfort picks rather than being forced to express their prowess through other means felt more rational for the betterment of the entire class. Though I know this would mean everyone is assumed to be extremely selfless beyond all accounts, which is unrealistic as hell. Yung sa Group A thing, I always do that whenever I have a production na parang if I'm the leader and I'm picking someone that I already know and I know is very good, I'm picking them. Kasi mapapadali na buhay ko from there on.
Yeah. So, ang college is survival of the fittest dun eh.
Like you
choose your fighter that type of
Yeah, you swimmer, sink or swim. Parang ganun sa college, is a sink or swim. If hindi ka marunong mag-swim, you're gonna sink down. And malala pa if may kasama ka pa, you're gonna drag all these people down
Kailangan mo
with you.
din maging strategic eh.
Yeah. Calling out people doesn't exactly solve the problem and actively makes it worse. We do call people out for their lack of performance and the like. They get booted from their nature groups as such. Unfortunately, due to the locked in natures of groups, high chance you have to experience that all over again, as even if you purposely leave out the number, they are forced in by the professor due to group numbers. Within my 3 years of being with my blockmates, these people have never showed a lick of improvement. Damn.
Mm.
Oof. So I'd rather stick with the non zero chance of not being with them. In the workplace, you can call to HR, and in the amazing event that they actually look into it, they get booted for good and have no chance of coming back or are and or put through seminars to improve and be under probation once again.
Mm.
I think one of the main causes for my heavy reaction is the fact that my previous university and degree were filled with capable people. I had a taste of the ideal situation and now is experiencing otherwise. I understood that the ideal wasn't impossible, just improbable. All the students in the block were constant dean listers, even if it was unrealistically high. And even in the randomized groups, the existence of a leader wasn't needed beyond formality. Once a project was dropped, all members chose their roles accordingly and willingly, then excelled in their work, or if not, was great at learning to be excellent. It shifted my standard for groupings exponentially. TLDR, choose your own groupings locks incapable out of improving through example and forces them to be with people who are not on the same level as they want to be. Randomized forces capable people Randomized forces capable people to be spread out and not in one place, so overall success is higher.
Actually, yun din naisip ko kanina. Pag mas randomize yung group,
Mm,
mas may balance siya in terms of the skill set na magkakaroon dun sa group na yun.
yeah.
Kasi di ka mamimili na etong group lang to na nakalock in sila kasi ang gagaling nila. Tapos yung iba male-left out kasi wala silang skill set na ganun.
Mm,
Pag randomize, pagsasama yung isa dun sa ano, then yung isa dito sa ano. Mas
mm.
balance yung magiging synergy.
But like, what if on the off side, what if of the off chance
Mm.
na randomize ka and then you have the same one of the people have the same skills because it's a
Ayun,
randomized, so like
yeah.
you never know.
Yun ang challenge.
Yeah, yeah,
Yun ang
yun ang
challenge.
totoong challenge. But yeah, to an extent, I agree with this OP. But
Mm.
yeah, that's all the stories we have for today's episode, and napaka-interesting talaga to see how completely different strangers can share their experiences, and it can somehow still feel familiar, no?
Yeah. I mean, whether you relate to the mga stories and learn from it or simply enjoy reading or listening to it, we hope na may napulot kayong aral dito sa episode na to.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us here on the Unfiltered Threads. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like, share, and follow us for more stories and conversations from across the internet. Again, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Kais, and on behalf of this Unfiltered Threads, thank you for listening.
Until next time, you take care of yourselves, be kind to one another, and we will see you on the next thread. Bye.
Bye-bye.